I'll do that. And I say, I'm not respecting you by leaving that layout like that. You know, I want to make sure my stuff goes in the hamper.
Right.
I want to make sure I wipe off the sink after I don't know how the water gets on the sink, but when I brush my teeth and I shave, I try to make sure that sink is wiped out clean.
Right.
And wipe off the top.
Right.
Because I think that's we love them, but we miss that little point of respect.
That little point of respect.
And we have to do it, man. And
yeah.
we really, and the earlier on you learn it. I mean, it's took me a while, okay, but and Janice will do everything around the house. She'll take care of all those things, but I try to make sure. I say I want to make sure I pick up after myself and I move this. And we laugh a lot of times, you know. She said, well, you cleaned up the bar last night, you know, because I have a pop can sitting here and a knife and peanut butter and crackers, and I try to clean everything up and put it all away and make sure nothing's left out, because it's respect.
Respect.
And we can love them.
Right.
But I think it's a little point of disrespect for men.
Yeah, you're right.
It really is.
And so that's the one thing the Lord knows my heart. I have tried to work on that.
Right.
And over the years, she says, here's what she'll say: I've about got you trained. I'm still not domesticated yet, but I'm a work in progress.
Yeah. Do you cook?
No, sir. No, sir. I don't know how.
Okay, let me share with you. I never cooked till COVID.
Right.
I never cooked anything till COVID. You know, we had restaurants, but I never cooked till COVID. But I got to watching a guy on YouTube called Drunk Steve. I called him Drunk Steve because he had people donated to his beer fund, and he would go out and camp out just in places behind billboards or in a drainage ditch, and then he'd get out this little single Coleman burner, and he would just pull stuff out of his backpack and go to cooking beef stew or do all kinds of stuff. And I thought, that's pretty cool. If Drunk Steve can do that. And I got to cooking. First thing I done was remodel all my cabinets inside, rehung my stuff, put lights, motion lights in, got different sized pots and got everything. But man, see, cooking, especially in Hawaiian culture, is a sign of affection.
Okay.
And when we look at things, we don't cook sometimes. And I found, man, it gets, and maybe it's a point I'm at in my life, okay? But it really is creative and fun, and it's a sign of affection when we cook.
Right.
And I know if you don't, you don't, okay?
Right.
But, and I started watching it on YouTube.
Right.
And learning and looking and thinking, well, you know, and I don't, this morning I cooked a meal, one of the first I've ever done that I actually measured everything.
Right.
Because I do a shake here, a shake there, pour it in, and I got my half cup out, my cup out today, and measured out my potatoes and my milk and measured everything. But I mean, it really is fun.
Right.
If you just try it.
If you try it.
If you try it.
I have watched people do it.
Yeah.
And my mouth would water watching them do it. And I love what you said about how cooking is a sign of affection, because now that's my mom's love language.
Right.
My mom's love language is, I'm going to cook. If me and you were to go to mom's house right now, we would have to eat something or she would be mad. Well, it was after church one Sunday, and it's when I was pastoring down in Raven, and the KFC was still open. And Mom had made me this big spread: pork chop, mashed potatoes, gravy and biscuits. I love breakfast for lunch. I love breakfast for lunch. And she said, Bugs, hurry and get home after you shake hands and eat. And I said, okay, Mom, I will. I'm starving. Well, I made a mistake. I was so hungry, I stopped by KFC and I just got a little thing of popcorn chicken. Right. Just to tide me over. And Mom don't live but 10 minutes from there. Right. So when I got to Mom's house, my appetite was gone. Oh, man. It was like I had poured cold water on a wet hen. I'm telling you, man. I can understand. Mom did not cook for me for 6 months.